You're watching Up to Speed on Cardinal Television at St. John Fisher College.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Up to Speed, a show that brings you up to speed on some of the big stories within the sports world this week. I'm your host James Deasy and let's get right into the show. Syracuse Hoops pulled off a big upset this weekend as they took down Florida State with a score of 82-72. With an 18-point lead starting the second half, the Seminoles had no chance at coming back. This was Syracuse's first ranked win in over a year. Will this put them back on the right track going into February? The Colts recently hired GM Chris Ballard will be using the 2017 season to evaluate head coach Chuck Pagano for his future with the team. With back-to-back 8-8 seasons, Pagano needs to step it up. Granted, several injuries to players such as Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton, and several defensive players within those 2 years doesn't help. So if most of the players are healthy, look out for this Colts team to come out fighting early next season. The San Francisco 49ers have been making interesting front office moves within the past few days. John Lynch, a former champion with 15 years of playing experience under his belt, is set to take the reins as GM. Now, Lynch has no prior experience of being a general manager at all. Kyle Shanahan is still at the top of the list for their head coach as well. Sorry, Niners fans, but looks like your team will be in a rebuilding stage for at least a little bit. Let's all give Lynch a chance, though. You never know what could happen. He could possibly rise that franchise back to where it used to be. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Martavis Bryant has applied for reinstatement to the NFL for this upcoming season. Bryant was suspended last season due to violating the NFL's drug policy. Bryant underwent NFL-administered treatment along with coaching his local high school football team in Henderson, Nevada during the suspension. Bryant will be a huge boost to that already powerful offense that Pittsburgh has. Russell Westbrook is chasing history, notching up yet another triple-double this week. He is possibly on track for averaging a triple-double for a whole entire season. Only other player to do that? Oscar Robertson. Robertson was able to achieve this feat in the 1961-62 basketball season with recording 41 triple-doubles. Westbrook currently sits at 24 with 48 games to go. What a crazy feat this would be if he could even match Oscar Robertson's numbers at the end of the season. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are now #1 in the country as they are the last team in Division I basketball to still be undefeated. They jumped up to this spot due to both Villanova and Kentucky losing this past weekend. This is only the second time in Bulldogs history that they will hold the #1 spot, as the last time was back in the 2012-13 season where they held it for 3 straight weeks. Can the Zags continue to stay unbeaten? We shall see. $100 million in bets at Las Vegas have been placed for Super Bowl 51. Bill Sadler, director of specialty games for Caesars Entertainment and a veteran of the Las Vegas sports betting industry, expects that 70 to 80% of the money that has been wagered on the Super Bowl have been placed this week leading up to the game on Sunday. This just goes to show how much money people bet on these big games. Sunday could be a big payday for some and a heartbreak for others. This has been another episode of Up to Speed. Make sure to tune in next week for more stories within the sports world that you might have missed. I am your host, James Deasy. Catch you next time.